kids from toys. They spew their lies, they spreading hate. Lips BS ain't gonna seal our fate. No nonsense here, just straight to the point. Truth for ammo in this battleground joint. Make America great again, stand and fight. Facts over feelings, day and night.
Hey, it's To The Point with Mike, Leo, and Vince.
There it is.
Hey, what's up, guys? This is your boy Leo from To The Point podcast with Mike, Leo, and Vince. This is episode 157. Welcome back. Today is May 6th. A lot to talk about, man.
Let us know if you can hear us. All right, for sure.
Definitely. Especially at the gas pumps. You know, a lot to talk about, especially at the gas pumps. You know, I know it's not just hurting me, but it's hurting everybody.
I just paid the most I've ever paid for a tank of gas. $120 to fill up.
$120, huh, Vince?
$120. And that's about $20 more than what I paid 2 weeks ago.
Wow. That is crazy. Why do you think so, Vince? Let's get right into this shit. Fuck it.
Because there's
Two biscuits
fucking
in a
greedy
bucket.
bastards that are controlling the gas
Who's
prices.
greedy?
Who?
Tell me.
I mean, I don't...
Vince, I like to be told, Vince.
It's the one thing that I'm pissed at Trump about is the gas prices, and the blaming the war for it is a cop-out. It's bullshit.
You're right. It's not the war. It's not even Trump. It's always been the cartel. And that cartel is OPEC. And OPEC controls the supply of oil. And it's a group of countries that will dictate how much oil they put in the market. And then I don't know who, but some Yahoo in London sets the prices in this market. It's like a commodities market,
Right?
Crude oil,
And they're just using the war.
crude or something like that, sweet crude. And
They're just using the war as an excuse.
For sure.
They use every war as an excuse.
There's no doubt about it that Iran trying to charge everybody to use international waters was going to affect. Was going to affect something.
Gas prices were that high that you ran?
Yeah, Iran. Well, that's what you can bring this down to. If you want to blame anything at the war, it's because all of a sudden this out of control rogue military faction who thinks they're living out a prophecy was going to charge every country they wanted to use the Strait of Hormuz, and they didn't have any right to do that to begin with. So
okay, so what is Trump going to do about it, or what can he do about it?
We've taken out their navy, we've taken out a lot of their stuff, but they're like equipped with a lot of like small boats, like you would kind of see in the Caribbean, that kind of stuff.
You probably can answer this. Here's my question: we're supposedly sitting on more oil than anywhere. Why aren't we getting our own oil and for cheaper price?
Because we need refineries.
That's right. There's not enough refineries. And you can blame overregulation and plain and simple Democrats for that.
Just everybody in office. Everybody that's been there in office for so many years, you could blame every single one of them.
And it doesn't take 12 months just to throw one of these things up, because there's different crude in different parts of the world and different grades. And I think there's like a sour and a sweet. And the crude we have here, which is probably more than they have in the Middle East, is what they say, takes more to refine down to the gasoline level. I mean, but there's a lot of uses. Everything gets used for some.
It's just funny. I remember last time Trump took office, he opened up the pipeline and gas prices immediately dropped. And
well, there's talk about that now too. The Keystone Pipeline, starting that construction over again. There's talk with other companies about putting their investment back into it. And that's, if you look at all this, since we're going to get right into it. Hopefully everything's working. If you can hear us all right, hit the thumbs up, drop a comment. But if you look at everything he's done, and I even said this in the beginning, there's no way this guy's capable of 5D chess the way he's playing. But if you look at everything and who he picked for what he did, like Marco Rubio, but securing the Panama Canal, taking care of Venezuela. Cuba is next, taking care of Iran. Now, Iran and Venezuela were 2 of 4 or 5 of those OPEC countries, oil
Right.
producing, exporting countries. And it's like 5. I've got it pulled up here, actually. Hold on. I'll tell you what it is. It's, I have notes here, but all right. So the biggest players are Saudi Arabia, which was Trump's first visit to overseas. Remember when he came back
Yeah,
into office, his
I remember.
first visit, and they rolled out the purple fabric and everything for this guy, like he was the emperor. And I've been saying it ever since. And I think what he was telling them was, I'm going to dismantle OPEC, and they're the biggest controller though. And then you have Iran, Iraq, the UAE, which they've just announced they're leaving OPEC. And we took out Venezuela and Iran out of all this. And then there's Nigeria. Nigeria, if you haven't noticed, has been in the news a lot about killing off Christians in Nigeria. So that, I wouldn't doubt, would be the next reason to take out Nigeria. And so be it. If we're dismantling the global cartel that controls really every market on the globe is going to be based on oil, pretty much. The US dollar, yes, or oil possibly, and even you look at the Bitcoin. You know, when oil is expensive, Bitcoin goes down, and it's like reversal. So it's manipulating.
And when you talk about people that are the richest people in the world, you know, they don't normally list them, but the people that are known to be the richest off the record anyway are the ones that are running these big oil
Yeah, for sure.
regimes
Countries.
in other countries.
Well, let's look at that. Saudi Arabia, the Saudi family weren't always royals. They were instilled back when the British and all them were dividing up the Middle East. Iran, same with that. When before this radical regime was the Shah, and before the Shah was another guy that was kind of like a prime minister or king, I think, and they wanted to get their share of all the oil the British and the Americans were pumping out of their country. And really, it wasn't the Americans. It was like 2 companies, Exxon and some other company, but it was controlled by the UK kind of through the markets and the big oil companies. So, and then Iraq. I mean, we've dabbled in all these countries except for UAE, and I don't know if we've had any operations in Nigeria, but one by one, and not just that, that Strait of Hormuz, China and Pakistan get most of their oil through that strait. A lot of countries do that have nothing to do with this war, but like in India, and the RNGC or whatever they're called, they keep lobbing missiles at innocent freight liners and stuff like that. So is that Stevie Wonder? Hey, John, what's up? John, can you hear us all right? I hope you can hear us all right.
Yeah, Johnson.
For some reason, when we first go live or something like that, the audio has to be reset. I'm doing that for like 3 weeks.
John, let me tell you what the glasses are for, man. It's just that everybody nowadays, man, we got to get our glasses checked. We got to get a reality check. You know, like come on, man. Let's open our eyes and realize what the hell's going on around the world. Like, come on, man. Like, seriously, like. Hello?
So if you look at everything, back to what we were saying, if you look at everything he's been doing, it's been picking off at the global cartel, and OPEC is part of that. Yeah. London is the next part, man. That's where a lot of evil shit happens. It's like its own city state in the UK. There's not much, you know, it's got a lot of autonomy, and a lot of bad shit goes down there. And that's, I don't understand. Like you said, Vince, bring it back to what you said. If we have all this oil and reserves, why are we subjugated to places like Iran, where we don't even get our oil from the Strait of Hormuz? None of our oil comes from the Strait of Hormuz. None. But yet it's almost $5 a gallon here on the east coast of Florida. I think Florida is one of the worst, because you think it would be better.
I think they
there's
just
no refineries in
they
Florida.
want us to stay sitting on the oil for when the day comes that all these other countries start running out of oil. Like it's just a power part of the power.
But put that into perspective. All of your gasoline is imported here in Florida, like from out of the state.
And supposedly
There's
we're
no
sitting on
refining.
more gas in the U.S. than these other countries. Supposedly.
That's what they say.
Yeah,
They say a lot of things.
Oh, that's good. John said we sound great.
They say
Like
a lot
the
of things.
movie They Live. Yeah. Got to put the glasses on. That's right. Have you guys seen that movie?
Which movie?
They Live. You got to watch it,
Mm.
Leo. You'll understand They Live. It's got Roddy Piper in it. It's pretty good. Yeah. So yeah, that was I was gonna try to do a video on OPEC because a lot of people just think, a world leader can do a lot to manipulate, and I think that's what Trump is showing you is there's no reason why we should be subjugated to these other global cartels. Meanwhile, they're trying to form their own currency over there again, the BRICS. So he's picking them all apart. They're making them come back to the dollar, and they all need to make a deal. They all have to make a deal. Now, the problem is what's going to happen after that, after Trump.
Right.
Yeah, he'll like the movie. They Live. I don't know if I'm putting comments up there or not. But yeah, John from TGI Now podcast is in the comment section. Make sure you check them out on Tuesdays at 8:15 every week. They haven't missed a week yet. I don't know how many episodes. How many episodes they at? 3 something? We're going to have to crash your show again one of these Tuesday nights that we don't do a show on Wednesday night. Maybe a conspiracy week. We can do a drop in or something like that. Bring pizza from Caps. 305.
I used to smoke those years ago.
305 menthols. Anyways, let's throw it to Warrior Shield Weekend real quick. We'll be right back.
There's a kind of strength you can't buy or borrow. It's born in the fire, tempered by sacrifice, and carried by those who never stopped serving. Some heroes wear uniforms. Others wear scars. They're veterans, first responders, and Gold Star families. Men and women who gave everything and still keep giving. At the Warrior Shield Foundation, we stand beside them, shoulder to shoulder, providing the support, the care, and the community they deserve. We're a proud non-profit, a 501c3, built to protect those who protect us. We don't just serve our own. We help other non-profits reach their missions too, because together, we make the Shield stronger. Donate and help our cause, help their cause, because every act of kindness builds hope where the battle still rages inside. Join the mission. Donate today. Visit warriorshield.org. Because heroes deserve a foundation as strong as their sacrifice.
I can't wait for September to go to Orlando. I hope Leo and Vince and John and Joanne make it there. I know Dale and Jim from Two Guys at One Coup will be there, and we'll be there with some friends also, and look forward to a night in Orlando and doing a podcast on Saturday, maybe Friday, I don't know, and bring the gear, set it up. The guys definitely do a show. I believe they did one Friday and Saturday. I forget. Yeah, and I was able to jump on Saturday, but I definitely want to do more, and hopefully you guys come too. It's real cheap. The Hero Fest is like $40, and if you're a veteran or a first responder, I think it's free, and it's great artists like I'm drawing a blank again. I always mess up all their names, but like Bo Bice from American Idol, Natasha Owens, Ryan Weaver, some great patriots, good music, rock and roll, country type stuff, patriotic stuff. So, and it's a great night. Last time it was entertaining too because there's some yahoos down the hall that made it funny. But it's September 18th and 19th, I believe. The 18th is a concert. You don't have to go to that. You don't even have to stay at that hotel if you're local, but it's a great resort. But and then the 19th they do a gala and a silent auction. It's not my. I'm not. I'm not high class. I'm not.
You're not a gala person.
They don't let
type
me in
option.
there. They think I'm there to do the dishes. Yeah, I don't know what the frick I'm doing anyway. Spend our savings on a freaking gift basket or something. I don't know. So yeah, I'm better off just donating some money, which I do every year. This year they're supporting the Border Patrol Foundation. But besides that, yeah. All right. What else did you have, Leo? Oh, we talked about the Trump assassination last time, and we had video, and
It was doctored, right?
it was doctored, and because we even played it down like we couldn't see it.
Couldn't see the
We
shotgun.
couldn't see it. Yeah.
We were wondering why the first guy that had his gun drawn didn't shoot.
Yeah.
And guess what? What we were questioning was accurate. You could see the shotgun in the actual video, and he did shoot.
So hopefully this doesn't echo for any reason. John, let me know. But this was the original video. And yeah, it should be muted anyways. Hopefully that helps. And you don't see anything. Hold on. Let's bring it back, right? It'll play.
Is that the original
here he
video?
comes.
You mean
The one we played.
right?
You see something in his hand back there, but it looked more like a paper or something.
Well, it looked like maybe a handgun, but definitely no shotgun. And then
it didn't look like a paper's rolled up.
And then the guy in the bottom left corner of the screen has his gun drawn on him well before he runs by. And we're like, well, why didn't he do something?
And here's the video that was just released yesterday. This shows a different perspective. Hopefully this is not echoing. I'm having issues.
You might have to slow it down, but you can definitely see as he's going through.
Did he go in there yet?
No.
See him back in that top? See the dog? Yeah, he's in that room. And that's not a room. That's a hallway. Here he comes. Look, he's got a gun.
You can see the shotgun.
Yeah. You see that, Leo?
Yeah.
And then the guy that has the gun drawn shoots. You can see him shoot at least 2 or 3 times.
That's a double door down a hall.
Yeah,
Oh, wait a minute.
it was open.
I'm over here. I'm at the wrong side. Let's bring it back. Yeah, he goes in that double door. The dogs, I don't know what's up with that dog and that cop right there. And why are they taking this shit down? Is it not working? But that double door hallway he went in, there he comes. Look, he's got a gun. He's got a rifle in his hand.
Yeah.
Who'd he shoot?
I mean,
And how did he walk away from that?
If you think about it, though, like it happened so quick, you didn't even know he had a rifle there until you saw the video and went back and seen it in slow motion. But at the moment, you didn't know he had a video. No,
Hold on, I think
it's
it's
35%. See how
there's playback at 35%. They said, yeah. Dude, here he comes. Here he comes. Who's he shooting?
Oh well.
Him? One of them? Thank God they said thank God he had a vest on.
Like you can see him fire there.
Did he?
Yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah,
I mean,
right there you can see another shot fired. See where it circles it?
where.
Down in the
Yes,
bottom
right.
left, you can see he fires the gun at least 2 or 3 times.
But
That's his. Yeah, that's the
okay,
kind shooting him.
so did he
Yeah.
did he hit him? And how come he didn't kill him?
I don't know. We don't know if he. I don't.
Yeah, how did this guy walk away from this?
That's what I'm trying to figure out.
And that goes to the next thing is, do I have a?
I remember hearing a report that the suspect did get shot. Now he didn't die. I don't know. You know that those were initial reports when it first happened. I don't know for sure if he did get shot or not.
Let me see if I can add. I've got a screen. Where the hell is it? That's not it.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's just, you know, you gotta think about it. It happened so fast. And then too, I mean, I get it. They have to be careful when they shoot of where they're shooting at, and they got colleagues there behind them too. So
Well, and that's the one thing that is a little surprising. If you look at when that cop does shoot,
yeah,
there are colleagues in the background.
yeah, in the background.
And when we saw the doctored footage where he didn't shoot, we were wondering why he didn't shoot. Then that was our assumption was, okay, he didn't shoot maybe because there were some other cops there and standing in the background. Maybe he didn't want to shoot one of them by mistake.
Yeah, but it didn't look like that. It looked like he was trying to shoot to kill the guy, but he was a little late. But this is what got me again with the not just that video coming out. I was like offended that we played a video that was doctored so much you couldn't see that. But the latest headline the other day was that the judge apologized to the guy
Yeah,
that made it out. That had, and I don't know how he made it out. But on our website, there's a little write up about it and about the magistrate. Now the judge's name is Zia Faruqi. And the suspect's name was Cole Allen, and the judge apologized to him for the way he was treated while in custody because he was put in solitary confinement, suicide watch, because he told them he didn't expect to get out of it alive. So that
why
right
would
there
you-
means
why
he
would
was fucking suicidal.
Why would you apologize for him being put in?
And this judge should be drawn out into the street and called to action.
That's first off, that's
his actions.
protocol. That's normal protocol.
Yeah.
And second, he's lucky he's even alive.
Right. Yeah, he was placed on suicide watch shortly after being detained. Prosecutors argued the move was necessary, pointing to statements he allegedly made, suggesting he did not expect to survive the attack, indicating he could be a risk to himself. But Judge Faruqi, or however the hell you say his name, wasn't buying it. Drawing comparisons to defendants from January 6th, the judge pushed back hard on the government's handling of Allen, saying, "To me, it's extremely disturbing that he was put in 5-point restraint, a person with no criminal history. It's troubling. I've never heard of one J6 defendant who was put in 5-point restraints
that's
or in a safe cell. That's ridiculous. There was dudes in solitary confinement for almost a year or two.
Yeah, and
If the only way to keep them safe is the most
January
dangerous thing,
6th
that's a problem.
January 6th, people weren't trying to kill the president or his cabinet.
And they weren't doing what they said they were doing either. So we already know that. And most of them probably were funded by the SPLC or whatever the hell it was. But it didn't stop there. In a rare, highly unusual moment, the judge turned directly to the defendant and issued an apology, saying, "At a minimum, I should be apologizing to him. We are obligated to make sure he's taken care of. Mr. Allen, I am sorry that things have not been the way they are supposed to. This case continues to raise serious questions, not just about the alleged attack itself, but about how suspects are treated once they're in custody and whether the system applies the same standards across the board."
I'm sorry, it's not the way things are supposed to be either, because he should be dead.
Plug right now, ircmedia.net/news is some of the latest articles. Check them out. It's just somewhere to actually just document some news. Nobody actually goes there, but prove me wrong. Hit the page. I would love to get some encouragement. Keep it going. But anyways, yeah. ircmedia.net is our website. You can find all our podcasts there, by the way. TGI Now. You can find Vince's River Ranch Riders, Binford Chronicles, The Board Report. I don't know who else we've got linked there. I'm going to talk to the guys at Conservative Blitz too and see if they'll link to our website, help spread the word about them. That's a friend of ours, Steven, and his brother. It's more raw commentary, conservative, blue collar type stuff. So if you're in for a good conversation, it's talking at what everybody is feeling. So
yeah.
All of these podcasts are grounded and organic. So we're just trying to wing it the best we can. What was I looking for?
It's just people talking and expressing themselves,
Speaking their minds.
speaking their mind. You know, this is what I think and this is what I believe. You know, if you believe, and if then hop on
Right
the
there.
bandwagon with us, you know.
Because silence is no longer an option and the narrative doesn't own us. So check out the website. It's pretty cool. I mean, I put a lot of work into it and it's kind of been lingering, but we got to find out what's going on with these guys over there. I ain't seen nothing from them lately, but yeah, it's a great website, I think. What do we got? We got some comments here. Let me get out of this scene. Sorry, guys. Winging this. What the fuck? Judge apologize? What? Yeah, I know,
Yeah.
right, JT? That's what I was like, I saw that. And I was a little pissed off too. And he was voted in. Was he voted in, or was he one of the appointed? Is he one of them appointed pictures? Whatever. Not pictures. Positions. Yes. Fucking fumbling, man. I need a drink. Anyways, there's that. We got some other stories here too. So yeah, I was a little pissed off. We had doctor video. Did you see there was another plane incident,
No,
right? In freaking Newark, New Jersey.
Was it
This one, nobody, somebody got hurt. Nobody died. The plane actually landed with a hole in the side of it and a fucking screwed up tire, pardon my French. But this is why I don't.
Hey, what happened with Spirit?
Why? We'll get to that. We got that too. But this is a dude in a truck just driving on by. I don't even know if he was, I don't think he was on the tarmac. I think he was on the freaking road. And let's play this video. Oh shit, that's loud. Let me pull that down. Look. Boom.
What happened?
Freaking caught him with the landing gear or something.
What caught him with the landing? Oh, the plane.
Yeah. I don't really see it in these videos, but or Spirit parked for the day, parked for life now. Watch. Here's another one.
So there was an emergency landing on
No. No, there's an airport right there. Plane come in low.
Oh shit.
That's scary.
Just mind it. Something didn't feel right. You notice that? He looked like something didn't feel right.
Did you see all that wind? Oh my goodness.
One more time. Let's see it. Look, he was like,
So was he dead?
No,
No, he lived.
no, he's got some minor injuries, but he definitely had to go to the hospital. Look, he's like,
That's crazy.
not right. He might have shit himself.
I would have.
Like, he's like, what the fuck?
Yeah, he got pretty
The
scared.
Windex made it.
Yeah.
See the Windex model? On broom. So yeah, Spirit.
Calling out of work. Hey, I'm not going to make it to work today. A plane just landed on my car.
Yeah, so you asked about Spirit. It closed down.
Yeah, I heard about that. And that was one of the ones that was flying here into town, right?
No.
No?
No, and I got a lot of heat because I made a local post about how it affects Vero Beach Airport, and a lot of people saw it for what it was. It was for engagement, and that's what it was for. It's like, it's not like the sky's falling, but this was a budget airline, and when budget airlines go out of business, guess what? Other airlines can charge more. They can take away commodities, these, and it's just capitalism, free market, and that's what happened. And years ago, they had the opportunity to merge with JetBlue, and people like Elizabeth Warren, Senator Elizabeth Warren, and Secretary of Transportation at the time, Pete Booty Muncher, the dude that's married to another guy, and they have a baby. So they blocked the merger, and here we go. We do have another story. So yeah, so the cheap flights just took a hit. These two knuckleheads. This is Pocahontas. When you hear Trump talk about Pocahontas, that's her right there, and that's the gay dude that was over transportation during the Biden years. But they blocked a merger that would have preserved Spirit as a discount airline, and now, or even consume them. But now they just couldn't make it, especially with the rising costs of fuel. Blame Trump whether you want or not. We've got a fan, a good fan from the other side on Facebook that, of course, blames Trump, but I can see why. But with rising costs of fuel, the budget airline just couldn't handle it. But this seems to be, to me, I never flown Spirit. Have you?
No.
You guys
I think
fly?
I've done it like once,
Do
maybe.
you? That
Maybe.
people complain about no space, there's no extras, it's got a fee for everything, but it's cheap. You can fly to New York for like $40 or something like that. I don't know. But
Pay
if
for
that
what you
even
get.
exists. Exactly. And now it's gone. So other airports now could capitalize on that. Other
Yeah, 'cause
airlines.
I was just seeing that they just
There's a
they just
story on the
they just
website. today, too,
canceled
about
it. Yeah,
that.
they like canceled it. Like, holy shit.
Yeah, just
Like,
one
and all-
day. Done.
and then all the people that like
All those jobs
all the-
lost that
the
could have been
loss-
saved.
Yeah, the loss, and not just that, but like all the people that already had like trips booked and stuff like
Tickets.
that. Like, what happened to all that?
Well, I mean,
Lost.
They got a discount. A lot of the other airlines offered a discount to them for certain packages. So they're still not, it's not free.
they're still
Oh,
capitalizing
right.
on it.
Right. So, and then they did some of them opened up their applicant pool for some of the pilots and stuff like that, the staff.
Right.
But that's a lot. It was a big airline.
Yeah.
What we got
And that had
here?
been open for a while too.
Plane hit it.
But it was called something different.
Was it a tractor trailer? TT? Yeah. I knew it was some type of truck.
Yeah.
And he's definitely getting paid. Traumatized for life. You're damn right, man. I'd
He
have a hard time
survived?
going on it. Yeah. But definitely traumatized, man.
Oh yeah.
And I'm not one for all that kind of Yahoo stuff, but you're damn right I'm getting paid. I think that was American Airlines, by the way. Not some ranky dank puddle jumper. Yeah, this is a
Yeah.
fucking plane.
American Airlines is going to pay him a boatload of money without even going to court.
Yeah. Never able to drive again. Nope. I'd have a chauffeur too. Oh, that would suck,
PTSD.
though.
I'd have PTSD.
That'd
All
suck,
of it.
because I'd have me a Lamborghini also. You know, that's oof. I don't know.
Lucky he survived.
Airplane.
He's doing okay.
Yeah. So we did talk about a little bit about Iran. Trump announced today. Let's play this video. We can kill a few minutes here.
And I said, I hate to do this, but we have to make an excursion down to Iran because we can't let them have a nuclear weapon. Look, and this is very simple. Iran cannot have a nuclear weapon because as tough as they are, we want to keep them alive. We want to keep all of you alive. Iran cannot have a nuclear weapon, and they won't. And they've agreed to that, among other things. Yep. And I said, I hate to do this, but we
Supposedly
have to
they
make
agreed
an excursion down to Iran
no
because we can't
nuclear
let them have
enrichment, no
a
nuclear
weapon. Look,
weapons. The United States will take over their uranium or whatever it is. I don't know all the details, but enough is enough, Vince. Like we keep bringing it back to the gas, man, and the cost, man. When is this shit finally going to pay off for Americans? I mean, we didn't get a Doge check. Not that we need a check, but I've got the debt clock pulled up on a different screen, and it's not going down like we were hoping. Now I'm not losing. Trump ain't losing me, but it's like we're getting a little anxious, and it's getting a little hard.
And then
It's
also
getting harder to defend our position here.
another place that it's bothering me is just like Iran agreed to this, Iran agreed to that. Iran's telling you whatever the fuck you want to hear.
And he'll tell you the next day, they don't, there's infighting. Nobody knows who's in charge.
You cannot believe a word Iran's saying because they're going to tell you whatever they need to survive. Okay? And then down the
Whoever
road,
it is you're talking to.
they're going to do whatever the heck they want to do. If they have the opportunity to get a nuclear weapon 10 years from now, they're going to do it.
Yeah.
So I'm just tired of this making deals with them stuff. You know, like, let's just fucking end them.
Well, at some point we got to say enough is enough. Like, it's
not-
time to just
Yeah,
like,
and I'm not saying blow.
finish this.
I'm not saying blow the country off the map. Everybody's got to die. I'm not saying that. But these people that have been running the country now for years, I should say half a century or even a century, They got to go. That whole regime has to go. It has to change.
You're right. Well, so far, they've done everything. They've taken out infrastructure for the Navy, their major Navy boats, and now it's like I was explaining before, it's like fighting Caribbean pirates or Somalian pirates. It's like these other boats that were rigged up for setting mines in the straits and just for this. Like they've been training for this.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, it's easy for us to take care of, but we need them to show themselves because we've learned in Afghanistan, and even though it's a different type of geography, these people bury in. You know, they have the ability to go underground, and you don't know where they're at until they show themselves. And who knows if it's in enough time or not. But they were shooting missiles off at UAE and Indian boats and stuff like that. So I think they were 6 were shot down that were sent towards an aircraft carrier, something like that. Yeah, it's just enough is enough. Like, we just have to. We just have to take care of it.
Well, it's just like the people that are supposedly the leaders of Iran. They have to when they are making an agreement, they have to say, "Oh, hold on, let's find out." And they're talking to the Ayatollah. They got to find out if it's okay with the Ayatollah before they can agree.
The Ayatollah.
Yeah. Before they can agree to any of the stuff that Trump wants them to agree to. The Ayatollah's got
nobody's seen the guy.
It's got
yeah, nobody's even seen the guy.
Yeah.
They don't know where he's at. Who like they think they know who he is. They don't even know
from what I heard, it's his son. The guy. Yeah. Supposedly his son.
Sure, he's alive. Anyway.
Right.
Who knows?
They got to find the rest of these people, and they need to get rid of them.
Yeah, just keep bringing them up. Sending them off the plank. I don't know. There's only one way to take care of the infestation of radicalism, and that's eradicate it. You got to wipe it out. Can't just let some of a virus live in your arm, or a bacteria eat away at your. You don't let gangrene eat at you without trying to get rid of it. You're not just going to keep it there just for next time. It's like get rid of this shit. And there's only going to be one way, and that's to kill them.
That's what I heard. One person say, "Why is these leaders of Iran still talking to the Ayatollah?" Well,
we're probably getting in all kinds of trouble on YouTube right now
because they're still getting paid from the Ayatollah. They're getting paid. They're getting bribed. They're getting.
It's worse than that.
They're getting promises.
It's worse than they're getting promises because they believe they're living out one of the prophecies in the Quran.
Yeah. Well, and it's just like this guy said. He's like, okay, well, at what point do we just pay him more and say, tell us where this guy's at? And is that how they got some of the original people? They paid for the information.
I don't know, but at 3 weeks, I say we need to be gone. Like whatever, just keep wiping them out. No, don't even hint at freaking boots on the ground. Just stop talking about it. Just start bombarding it. Right. Not the civilians because they're not those people. But the problem is the radicals, the RNGC. They'll burrow in. They'll go underground. They'll hide behind civilians, and they'll create propaganda like the girls' school.
They don't even care about their people.
No, because they're not the same. They're not.
A lot of them have been starving for years.
They're not the same people. They're different people than there, and it's pretty sad. But yeah, so that was. We'll see. Like today's negotiation, it doesn't even mean nothing anymore. He doesn't even do press conferences. He just throws this shit out there during a little office talk and when the cameras are on. But I understand. I trust the process. I trust the man. He's not our savior. Jesus is. But everything so far, he's proven me wrong every time I've said, there's no way this could be 5D chess. But he's proven me wrong every time. It's like, holy shit. Venezuela, the canal, even with the shit in the Suez, the pirates. It's all coming together and whatnot. So, speaking of Cuba, I don't even think I mentioned it. The press secretary's out she's had a baby. You remember the young girl we talked about, Caroline Levitt?
Mm-hmm.
So they joked around, and Marco Rubio one day acted like he was taking on that role also.
Right.
So he was joking with the press pool. Well, little did he know, a couple of days later, he was going to be taking on that role for like 2 days. And I didn't like him. I never liked him.
Careful what you wish for.
I thought he was always like an establishment Bush pick, you know.
Marco Rubio?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's definitely
Marco Rubio.
he's definitely changed.
You gotta be able to
my-
grow them.
No. He's definitely changed my opinion of him, and
Yeah, for sure.
in his role
Right.
in the Trump administration.
I just hope that side of him doesn't go away when Trump. Is
Oh, if it's effective, they're not going to let it go. They're going to keep going.
and hopefully it continues.
And that's the question. Does Vance have that? I don't think Vance has the showmanship. He's got the pizzazz.
He's
Got the smarts. And
he's got the smarts, and he's a very good speaker. And I think he relates to the younger generation well.
So by tradition, like he would be the party's pick, Vance, because he's a vice president. I don't know if I see that. I've got the feeling, and I've had this feeling with local politicians who've decided not to run, but I've got a feeling Vance isn't. I don't know if he wants the presidency. Maybe he is the Manchurian candidate, like Nick Fuentes says, but I don't know. Maybe Vance is better off as vice president. And think of that. Vance vice president for 4 years, then vice president again underneath 2 other administrations. That's another 8 years. And then he can run for president and serve up to 8 years as president. He would be in the White House longer than any other president in history, if you think about that. If he could do 2 terms as president and another 2 terms as vice president, that's 16, 20 years in the Oval Office, kind of, one way or another, as a vice president in the Oval Office. I don't know. I like Vance, don't get me wrong, but maybe it's not him.
Do you think
Maybe it's not him.
you think DeSantis is going to be added to the cabinet? That's been
Probably.
that's been part of the rumor when DeSantis
I don't know who this is right here. Some scam.
when he's no longer our governor that he's going to
Attorney General, maybe?
maybe.
Or if Vance wants to step out because he's working on his family, maybe VP for another.
I tell you what, I'm worried about who our next governor is here in Florida.
Me too, because I'm not sold
I'm
on
not-
Byron Donalds.
No, and what was the guy that was on your other show on Friday?
Bobby Williams.
Yeah, I'm not sold on Bobby Williams either.
Me neither, but I'd rather him than the
Yeah.
other guys. I do kind of like Jay Collins. I don't know him very well.
Now Donald, I heard him say a few things that I kind of like. Byron Donald.
Yeah.
There's a few things I've heard him speak, and I kind of liked a little bit of what he had to say, but
He was talking about amnesty for some illegals.
I just
Bobby Williams talked about some type of path to citizenship, which I'm more for a path to citizenship, because I think if you've been hardworking and whatnot, if you've give them a deadline to get on the right track in 2 years to
and
get
help them do it. a little bit.
Right. Yeah, because there's a lot of good people here, but
Right.
not an amnesty. Like, you've got a certain time, like you got to get this taken care of. You know, you can't continue on like this. So, but I think so that's a path to citizenship. Call me, the other conservatives might call me an asshole or liberal for that,
I
but
don't look at any of our current candidates as real strong candidates that I'm very excited about.
Jay Collins, check out Jay Collins. Fishback is popular amongst the young conservatives, but I don't. There's something about him. Byron Donalds, he's more for amnesty, and him and his wife were involved in some scam of a charter school. They were trying to take over charter school, and a lot of money exchanged hands, but it never opened. I don't know the details, but I just know, like, I agree with DeSantis. DeSantis, we played that video, was said at a press conference that Byron Donalds really didn't have much to do with the victories here in Florida.
Right.
Like, he was great there in Washington as a congressman, but really he had nothing to do with where Florida has come in the past 8 years, you know, since COVID or whatever. But I still have the Marco video to play here about Cuba, but I still think maybe we'll see Marco run for president. I think it'll be hard. Marco or Vance.
That's
It could be a
that's
team.
tough.
And
Yeah.
then they talk about Tucker was talking about running Tucker Carlson. That's a whole different subject. We can
I
go
mean,
on.
I mean, the normal order of succession would be Vance would be the next candidate, and then
the
Rubio,
favorite, right? He still has to earn it, but he's the favorite.
and then maybe Rubio would be the vice president. But I'm wondering if Rubio might not be a little more ready. I mean, as of right now, I wouldn't have said that half a year ago, but now I don't know. I mean, I've liked what I've seen from him. That's for sure.
Well, it's a good chance we've got it locked in. Hopefully, I mean, with the redistricting, the Supreme Court ruling on the racial districting across the country, and a lot of states were carved out in these congressional districts based on races, and considered it classes, and it was racist, is what it was, inherently and systematically built into the system, racist against just any voter, white, whatever color.
What are you talking about? The way that
The voting districts,
right.
or
So-
not the voting districts, but the congressional districts, how the states are.
So it's
Like,
funny.
we're changing.
Yeah, it's
I'm
funny.
not a fan of it, but whatever.
It's funny you say that because I was watching a clip. I don't ever watch The View, but I saw a clip where somebody was no. It was somebody was showing a clip from Whoopi Goldberg talking about
Vince, you okay?
Fucking watching
Talk-
Whoopi.
talking
You gotta
about-
get back to work.
You got a fever?
talking about how they're upset that it's racist that they're changing the layout of some of the way they vote, and the one guy arguing saying no, the fact that they drew it out based on your race is what made it racist. They're fixing that. It's no longer based
Right.
on your race.
And what hits harder is the Supreme Court went a step farther. And instead of letting the process go for an appeal, like waiting to take effect, like it's like 30 something days they usually say before the clerk will file it,
Right.
just waiting for an argument. They said there's no point in that. It takes effect immediately. So states started immediately redistricting.
Right.
And last night in Indiana, I think it was last night. I forgot my day. My days are messed up, but we saw a red sweep. Rhinos even out during their primaries. A lot of rhinos were forced out of their state seats. A lot of them were state positions, not federal congressional. In some cases they were, but so it's going to affect a lot of states. For us, it does change us. They did fix it. There's 4 less Democrats in our congressional districts, and it's carved up better. I don't think it's right because we're now just a little section. We're taken out of District 9, I believe, and now we're part of District 8, which is just us on the coast, just
Right.
our small little county, and a big chunk of the interior. Like it's like Okeechobee, Kissimmee, and whatnot. A big chunk of the
And-
interior, and it's like, wow,
And to the guy that
should just kept us with the coastal.
to the guy that was arguing that that it wasn't racist, he actually apparently did the math and sat down in all the different districts that were redrawn. He pretty much pointed out that more black people were put in office voted by white districts than there were by the black districts anyways.
Yeah.
So he was like doubling down
Right.
about you're just making this argument to argue.
Yeah.
There's no legitimacy to what you're saying.
Right. We still didn't play the video on Cuba. Let's do that.
To a failed regime. So the problem with Cuba is worse. Okay, their economic model doesn't work, and the people who are in charge can't fix it. And the reason that I can't fix it is not just because they're communists. That's bad enough, but they're incompetent communists. The only thing worse than a communist is an incompetent one, and that's what. So incompetent communists run that.
Aren't
country.
they
don't know how
all?
to fix it? They really don't. And we have 90 miles from our shores a failed state that also happens to be friendly territory for some of our adversaries. So it's an unacceptable status quo. I will be addressing it, but not today, much less to a failed regime. So,
I love the fact that he wasn't scared to call them commies.
Well, that's what they are.
Right. But so I don't hear too many people say it. Like when they call them extremists or leftists or whatever, I always love to call them communists because that's what they are. They want to call them socialists and all that. And all that's true. But the Democrat Party has become the Communist Party.
Yeah, it's funny because there was a video from back in like 1990 something of Trump talking to a Cuban group. I don't know where, it must have been Miami or somewhere, but about their country and the people and all that and the people they know, and he's been there and whatnot, and one day they're going to be free again, and if he could talk to Castro, because Castro was in charge, was still alive back then, he'd tell him adios. And so he's known, he's had his eye on Cuba, and for decades now they've been suppressed. The issue with Cuba is they were always importing energy. All their fuel, all their everything was import, and other food, everything. And they had no tourism because totalitarianism does away with that. Communism, there is no tourism in a communistic dictatorship like it was in Cuba, especially when America's got you embargoed. But it's a beautiful country, and there's a lot of culture there and a lot of great people. But it's just, again, like Iran, the regime. And 98% of their oil was coming from Venezuela.
Yeah.
So once we took Venezuela out of the equation,
That was it.
Venezuela said, we're not giving you oil. They were giving it to them for free. Venezuela was. And it was like a ridiculous amount of oil. Charging them for some, giving them a shit ton more for free. And now the new leadership of Venezuela says, we're not giving away oil. So it really affected Cuba, plus the blockade. So I think there's a blockade. But it's about time. Just take it like whatever. It's our backyard again. Like, I'm not all for like global policing, but it's our backyard. It's enough. We'd stop putting up with this crazy communist shit and like finally go in there and take out these dirtbags and one way or another and scare the rest into hiding forever.
Yeah.
But here's Hegseth, who catches a lot of heat on our IRC Media Facebook page. If you're on Facebook, we have Indian River Connections, which is our local gig, and then IRC Media, which is kind of like our media gig. And it's more broader. I don't push the local stuff on that, and I don't push the national stuff on the local. But anyways, the IRC Media page catches a lot of anti-America stuff on there, and I don't know if I should be blocking these people or what. But check it out, and you tell me what you think. But here's Pete.
Its strength to lift up others. Iran is trying to subjugate the world. To what remains of Iran's forces, if you attack American troops or innocent commercial shipping, you will face overwhelming and devastating American firepower. The president has been very clear about this. We prefer this to be a peaceful operation, but are locked and loaded to defend our people, our ships, our aircraft, and this mission without hesitation. To Iran, let innocent ships pass freely. These international waters belong to all nations, not to Iran to tax, toll, or control. America is using its strength to lift up
So again,
others.
they're trying to subjugate everybody using the strait because they know a lot of people depend on that shipping route to get the oil out, the refined oil out of the Persian Gulf and into the Persian Gulf, out into the shipping lanes. So it's critical. It's like somebody trying to, like China, take over the Panama Canal, which we put an end to. So, and we know China's helping Iran. So it's all going to come around. Hopefully it's not for very long, but I did have a Nick Fuentes video, but it's long. It's like a couple minutes long that I clipped, but you know who Nick Fuentes is?
I know who Nick Fuentes
Yeah,
is.
he recently came out and admitted he's a moderate Democrat, and he's going after all the conservatives. Doesn't matter how conservative they are, and he's like, I don't know, maybe he's turning into, he was a psyop, and that's what I was thinking. All this drama, right, with these creators, right? This in the creator sphere with Candace and the Daily Wire. I'm not including Daily Wire in what my thoughts might be allegedly, but maybe this Nick Fuentes, because he just came back to the limelight. Like, he was banned from everything because he was some racist prick. But now that we learned that the SPLCA or whatever was funding some of these radicals on the other side that they were supposedly working to fight, they were actually funding the KKK and all these other racist organizations that they were actually battling. I'm wondering if some of these guys didn't draw a check from that or USAID, because when you think about when Doge canceled all that stuff, USAID was big player in money and propaganda and funneling and laundering. I wonder if people like Candace, allegedly, and Nick Fuentes, and some of these other Twitter accounts or TikTok accounts were drawing a check off USAID. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm not saying I know for sure, but I wouldn't doubt it, man. You hear all kinds of stuff, and
I wouldn't doubt it either.
I wouldn't put it past them. I wouldn't put it past them. I just don't know. And then I saw a clip of Candace with the one Destiny dude. Like, what the hell are you even giving this guy any attention for? Like, we don't give a shit about them people, but whatever. We're rounding up about that time. It's 8:58. It is Wednesday, May 6th. I don't think we'll be on Wednesday night next week. We'll see if we can crash TGI Now on Tuesday. I don't know. It's a rough time of year with the graduations, but we might be able to meet up somehow. But you can catch us on the Conspiracy Club, as long as that's still on the go, at Filthies and Vero Beach and live on Rumble and Facebook and YouTube, X, Twitch, Kick, all that good stuff. We'll be live there. And be sure to check out our friends TGI Now, Binford Chronicles, The Board Report, Conservative Blitz, and Two Guys, One Coup. And we'll see you guys next week.
Yes, for episode 150. No.
That'll be the next week. 158 will be the week after.
Yeah,
but we'll see
the
them
Conspiracy Club on Thursday.
The Conspiracy Club on
that's
Thursday.
correct.
Thank you, DT. We love you too. Thank you for being out there. Thank you, John, all you guys. So,
Oh my God.
yeah, you got to go home. It's past your bedtime.
Podcast warriors say the afraid to shout. Make America great, tell them what it's about. Facts over feelings, cutting through the noise. Fighting woke mobs and the kids with toys. They spew their lies, they spreading hate. Lips BS ain't gonna seal our fate. No nonsense here, just straight to the point. Truth to ammo in this battleground joint. Make America great again, stand and fight. Facts over feelings, day and night. Fight the woke mob, cancel their crying. Truth on the mic while they keep lying. They wanna cancel, they wanna control, but we got the truth, we breaking the mold. Speak your mind, don't let them bind. Words cut through, sharper than a sword of kind. Censorship just raw, no filter to stop.